Hey guys, today we're going to talk about
New Orleans 2018.
New Orleans 2018. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Jeff Megan,
David Tobin.
welcome to another edition of Two Composers, Two Continents.
So let's think about this. We had been to New Orleans in 2013.
Okay.
Recorded. Okay.
One of those times. One of those
something
dates.
like that. It's our lives. And we'd recorded a bunch of stuff, and we were going to go back to New Orleans to record a collection of new material.
Yeah.
So what did we do? What were we recording?
A lot of the same kind of as I think. I don't know if we had an actual brief for this to go back to New Orleans.
We pitched this.
We did, yeah.
We pitched this. We sat down and said, wouldn't it be fun if...
Don't you think we need to?
It's been some time.
Yeah.
And I mean, I remember we pitched songs, and we'll get to, there was one song in particular that floated their boat from our first time around.
Oh, yeah.
We'll get to
tell them.
Yeah, so this was, we'd recorded a song called Back to My Roots.
I'm going back to my roots. No, it won't take long to start.
With the late, great Big Al Carson. And they said, we want more songs, and at least one of them needs to be like this. So there was a song brief. And then I think it was brass bands, New Orleans brass bands. And for anybody who hasn't listened to this style, it's not like I'm really talking to UK listeners. This is not brass band as we would know it in the UK.
Right,
It's a
like
whole
all your
different
bands
stylistic thing. And they wanted an album of brass band music from New Orleans.
So what was different then about this time, or what?
I think we did 2 albums. Originally, it wasn't as many as this, but often as we do, they say, why don't you do 7 of those? And we say, well, if we're going all that way,
We're going to be there.
we're going to be there. Let's do a bunch more. So we did a bunch of traditional jazz songs, if you will.
Like New Orleans.
Yeah. And then we did some that were more Dr. Johnny. I'm just checking my list here.
Yeah.
Which was called a Spirit of New Orleans.
Okay.
So that was slightly newer, but Dr. John's some of them, but some of it like Back to My Roots, which was a little bit more...
Those were songs, yeah.
Yeah, rock and roll. And then we did an album which became known as Live in New Orleans, available on streamers.
That was the brass bandy stuff.
Brass band stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, I love the Squirrel Nut Zippers, and I always think about them when I hear New Orleans music and use them as an inspiration constantly, really.
I'd never heard of them until you introduced me to them.
Yeah, I just love their
Where has this
music.
been
It's so
all
great.
my life? If you've not listened to it, check it out on streamers. The Squirrel Nut Zippers.
Yeah. And so a bunch of those tunes are kind of inspired from them, and, then just, where inspiration takes you.
Yeah. So different stuff this time around. We're now going to be recording... Well, how did it start out?
Well, the place we recorded the first time was Piety Street Studios, which was not available anymore. Someone bought it. It was either a private studio or not a studio anymore. I know there's
it's
some
a private
lore.
artist's
Yeah.
place. Yeah.
So we were on the hunt for a new studio. So we found Esplanade Studios, which I don't know. I would figure that we just found them via a Google search. And
We had, in 2013, we'd worked with this fantastic drummer, Eric
hey, buddy.
Bolivar. And we had then said to Eric, how do you feel about contracting a bunch of stuff? And he suggested
right.
that we recorded at Esplanade. So that was something we investigated. And I should say, when we started talking to Eric, from the time we started talking, I actually went through all of my messages with Eric. This was over a year of planning just with Eric. There's Patient and then there's Eric. So, so we went through an endless amount of stuff. And so let's talk about the history of Esplanade Studios, because this is a really unique building.
Esplanade. So it was a church, and after Katrina, it was vacant for a long time. I think 13 years, something like that. And Misha, forgive me, I don't want to...
Kachachvili.
Thank you. Who purchased the building, a Grammy-winning recording engineer, sound engineer. He designed the studio. He redid the whole place and turned it into an incredible recording studio. So
it's even got the original, it was donated an organ by
the original
Carnegie,
organ.
Andrew Carnegie, right?
Right. Wow, one of the Carnegies.
Yeah, and I mean, this place...
Carnegies. We call them Carnegies here.
The Carnegies.
Carnegies.
Carnegies? But, I mean, you walk in, it's quite an imposing building, and it's
beautiful.
Absolutely gorgeous studio.
Yeah, the pipe organ still works, and I'm pretty sure we refurbished it.
So we'd gone through what we were going to record, and there was going to be a bunch of songs, and we needed to record rhythm section and horns, and how we were going to do this. And this was all great, except it was slightly too expensive for us.
Well, see, this is the problem when you say to yourself, well, we're going to be there. We may as well do some more. And the only way we could do some more is to change studios so we could afford to, within the budget that was given to us, to record these other pieces.
And it's okay to say we also added a bit to that because we really wanted to do it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's fine because we wanted to do it. It was our choice. So we're stumping up a bit as well.
So,
ponying, as you call it.
Ponying up.
Yeah.
So
we went to the music
shed, which was a cool place.
Yeah.
We met Jack Millet.
Millet.
Yeah, just great vibes all over I mean, it's such a great place to record and such wonderful people that, I mean, I would go back a million times.
So we should then talk about the recording process of these. So we recorded rhythm to start with, and we're talking about on varieties. No, we should, let me scrap that. We haven't even begun talking about the writing process. Let's start.
Okay,
We've got to make some songs here.
Okay.
Let's talk about things like, I'm going to name some songs and then see where it takes your memory.
Ooh.
We've got...
I can name that tune in 3 notes.
Yeah, okay. Dee-dee-dee. No, that was, I never felt, that wasn't even on these collections. That doesn't matter. So we did songs like Chicory Mama.
Chicory Mama, yeah.
Chicory Mama, Down in New Orleans.
Yes.
Steam Rising.
So some of the people that we knew we wanted to work with, there was a guy named Sean Carey who we worked with the first time, who was just an incredible singer. And
he's been on every one of our NOLA collections.
Yeah. We needed a singer for this tune, which was Here Comes the Parade. Just a banger of a tune about, the Mardi Gras parade.
Parade, yeah.
Here comes the parade. Here comes.
Jack referred us to Sean, who was just killed it, man.
Before you carry on with that, I think it's worth saying, we had an interesting discussion when we were sat over a cup of coffee a couple of days ago about which is the right vocalist for a song. We'd got a fair idea of the type of voice we wanted and the sound that we wanted and what would suit the song. And it's really interesting that you get into a studio with somebody and in theory, it's the right voice for the right thing in the right place. And then you hear it and you produce it and it doesn't work. What do you do? What do you do in that situation?
Well, I mean, luckily for us, we're in the ability, because we're the producers, we have the ability to go, we're not going to use this recording, we're going to find someone else.
But you don't stop the session, right?
No, absolutely not.
So what do you do?
I mean,
you do it?
We record and do our best to get the product that we're looking for. And then in the end, if it's not right, then we'll get someone else to record it. But
my feeling is it's always about the song. It's not about me. It's not about anything else.
Absolutely.
We have to serve this piece of music.
Yeah.
And if it's not right, we'll do it again. And we're not asking for more money from anybody. It's out of our own pockets.
Yeah.
We'll do it again. And I think there have been a few pieces where we've done it again and again and again.
I think there have been pieces where we have 3 vocals.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it has to be right. So anyway, we were writing these tunes and we should talk about another singer. You should talk about Aurora Nealand.
Aurora Nealand. She's an artist in New Orleans, just the best. She's got such a unique voice. She's an excellent writer. She's a saxophone player or a woodwind player. I think she probably plays everything. Look her up, because she's fantastic. She came into the studio on one day, sang the tunes live with the band. She was in the ISO booth.
So this is Chicory Mama she did, and Down in New Orleans was another, and another was Steam Rising.
Yes. I just love each one of those tunes. I could listen to her sing all day long.
So tell us a little bit about, let's pick that one. Tell us a little bit about Steam Rising and what the inspiration was behind the song Steam Rising.
Upon the river mist there is a captain return. And on one fateful night, what do they mean?
I'll say in general, I felt freer lyric writing for this second time in New Orleans. Because it is a fact that I think in a lot of cases, the lyrics help sell the instrumental version anyway. And the instrumental version is what really gets used at these. So the lyrics aren't quite as important, but to me they are, and to you they are, obviously.
Yeah.
So all that to say that I felt like Steam Rising is a story, right? It's a story of someone falling in love with a steamboat captain that comes into town. And in general, I felt free to write much more specific themes and just storytelling and stuff.
And then right there on St. Charles Street, as we were dancing, you could see there was steam rising.
Chicory Mama is another one of her tunes, which I just love that tune. I love the whole vibe that the band laid down, that she laid down. Just amazing. And I love the way the lyrics are so suggestive, but it doesn't really say anything out loud. But
and I remember getting the lyrics and then thinking, I need 4 or 5 second intros on these that just make you get where this is going to go. And just pouring over intros, I've got such a bug up my...
You do, and thank God, yeah.
But I remember those 2 tunes. The intro was just so, the groove, Steam Rising, that thing of just, I need something that says, okay, I'm in the world of this immediately.
Absolutely.
And that was really important to me. Let's talk about the trad jazz stuff. So, because I've been listening to that since I was listening to music. But I'd never really thought about the form, actually. And if you can hear noises in the background, I'm just going to say we're going to carry on, but this is New York City and the police have to be places. So if you can hear it,
New York's being very New York today.
Yes, it certainly is. But anyway, so we're going to record trad jazz, and you get a pop song now, you got to get to a chorus quickly. That is not how these things were written. You could have a minute and a half of music before a vocal comes in.
Yeah.
And I remember us having conversations, and certainly for me, do I do this how production music would be written, which is get to it fast, or do I do it how it would have been?
Yeah.
And I went that way.
Yeah.
But that was a conscious decision.
Yeah. Which I love, like the Sweet Praline, Praline, it depends who you talk to. You ran through the whole melody, you did the whole tune, and then suddenly Greg Stafford starts singing, and you're like, oh, there's a vocal on here.
By the way, I know we're sidebar. So this guy, Greg Stafford, hey Greg, if you're watching, absolutely phenomenal, amazing musician, and he was going to be playing at Preservation Hall that evening, and he came in suited and booted in spats and the hat. Good Lord, you know that somebody means business when they turn up to sing and they look like that.
Like, wow.
But we got the right guy. Yeah, we got the right man for this job. So we did, and like Hello My Nola, he did.
Oh yeah.
He doesn't sing for a minute and 20, a minute and 30 seconds into the song, and the vocal comes in. Yeah, and I was a little nervous. I'm like, okay, can we get away with this as an arrangement for production music?
That's right. Second time through, you feel a little freer, right?
There you go. Yeah. Absolutely. So I guess I did. I didn't even think about that. Would I have done that the first time round? Probably not. Probably I would have just said, okay, I've got 8 seconds to get to the point here.
Right.
And no, it didn't. We stuck to our guns and did it that way.
Yeah.
And it felt right.
Yeah.
It felt right because this was about authenticity. Right. These things had to be authentically how they would have been. That's how it would have been. So that's how we did it.
That's why we go to New Orleans to record, right?
Yeah. So there's no point in going to New Orleans to record and then not doing it how that tune would have been done. What's the point?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So that's how. So let's now fast forward. We'll talk brass band. The first thing I should say is that I was nervous because we didn't do that on the first time around. We did not do brass band recordings first time around.
Not in the same way, yes.
And this is a central tenet of New Orleans, the life and music.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to be profane with my language. So I didn't want to, let's use the word mess. I did not want to mess it up. And you've got an Englishman writing arrangements in the style of this. And I was acutely aware of that. Mm-hmm. So I spent almost a week doing nothing but listening, just over and over, hour after hour, until stylistically I could see it. I couldn't find scores, so it wasn't about looking, it was about listening. Mm-hmm. So I was listening to the Dirty Dozen brass band, and I could name you 20 or 30, and I won't for time's sake.
Sure.
I was listening to endless brass bands for form, for sound, for intent, mm-hmm. for structure. How is this approached? What is it? Why is it that way?
Yeah.
Until I could sing it, feel it, smell it, listen to it, hear it, the whole thing. It felt like it was in me. I know it was a short time and people would live with this.
Yeah.
But I started to feel like, okay, if I was going to write something now, I kind of know, you know.
We had the tunes, but yes, putting the DNA of New Orleans into it is,
there's a very specific thing. And I mean, let's talk a couple of titles. We've got songs, we've got one called Second Line Time, and anybody, certainly UK people, but anybody who doesn't know about Second Line, what's Second Line?
Don't put me on the spot. I don't want to give a definition.
No, I'm not giving a second line, but it's a specific rhythmic thing and a specific sound of brass band. Yeah. Hey, Jeff, talk us through.
And he's going to tell you what it is.
Yeah, no, he definitely isn't. But there's a specific rhythm and a specific sound and a specific drum beat to it and rhythmical feel to it. So we wrote a tune with that sound called Second Line Time.
Yeah. I mean, all these other Esplanade, Hoodoo Mama, Piety Street, we were kind of, the titling, you were going to talk about the titling. Is this what you were talking about?
Yeah, so I have, for another thing that I'm doing, I was genning up, revising all of the important stuff about library music. I've said it now. It's not production music, library music. And I was reading a book. I hope you don't mind, Dan Graham. I'm going to use your name. He's written this great book called A Composer's Guide to Library Music. Mm-hmm. And I was reading it, and there was a chapter in it on titles. Mm-hmm. And I mean, we've been doing this a long time, but I'd never really thought about the importance of titling. Mm-hmm. And so one of the things in this was make things specific enough, but not too specific. And I was just looking at some of our titles. So we originally wrote a song called Hurricane.
Oh, yeah.
Which absolutely talked about the area.
About the hurricane,
and that. And then...
But actually it was a love song. It wasn't about a hurricane.
So it was completely pointlessly titled then. That's great.
Well, it was My Love is Like a Hurricane or something like that. I can't remember the exact. Yeah.
So, but
we all know,
we got rid of that. Audio Network said, yeah, we really like musically, but not as a song. So we weren't willing to let it go. So we reworked it.
Yeah.
And we ended up with a piece called Psychedelic Love Funk.
Yes.
Sorry, Dan.
Yes, the titling's perfect. It says exactly what it is.
Absolutely no idea.
Well, and that tune gets used all the time.
Yeah,
if you watch NBA basketball or NCAA basketball, or it gets used on Fox and all those. Yeah.
But we also wrote one. There is one that says exactly where it is and what it is. We wrote a three-word titled piece called the Po' Boy Tango.
There you go.
Po' Boy is a New Orleans sandwich. Mm-hmm. And so it places you there, and it's a tango.
It's a tango. I mean, what more info do you need?
No, what do you need? So, and we wrote one after the studio, Piety Street. So we went a bit with the titling on this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We worked with some great singers on this. I just want to talk about them. Dana Abbott, just an incredible
rock and blues
rock singer. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just wonderful gravelly voice.
That was the song that was inspired by we talked about Big Al Carson's Back to My Roots. Mm-hmm. And I mean, she did a song called Back to Blues. Mm-hmm. And also, did she do, You'll Never See Me Blue? That was the one.
Blue, yeah. That's more of the...
That came from that.
Thing.
So,
Derek Purcell, he's a Chicago dude. He sang a Knock Knock for us, which is, I mean, he did great. He sounds like, I don't know, I have to talk to Derek. Is he originally from Chicago? Because he's got some soul in him. He almost sounds like he's from New Orleans or something.
Derek? Yeah, he does. And then there was Paul Mabin.
Paul Mabin, another Chicago guy. We were again trying to fit voices into these tunes after something else didn't work out, and I think it worked out extremely successfully. Everyone just knocked these tunes out of the park.
Yeah.
And then that leads us to Mississippi Water.
Mississippi Water.
So tell us about the recording of that.
So the whole idea of this, there's the chorus of this has this born down by the Mississippi water, baptized by the music of the quarter. And the theory was, wouldn't it be great if the band sang it instead of everything? This was one of my funnest experiences. We were at the Music Shed. The band is laid around. You know, we've already done days and days of recording at this point already at Esplanade and come to there. And then we just get the band to start singing, and not just sing, but they're just
like interjections talking in between. Yeah, as if guys on the street, or it wouldn't be guys on the bandstand, but yeah, just
yeah.
Born down by the Mississippi water, baptized by the music in the quarter.
How your mama and them?
Born down by the Mississippi water.
Down by the levee, you know what I'm saying?
And it was one of my funnest experiences, just sitting around with the band, made up of these great first call players, guys who've been doing this all their life. That was one of my favorite recordings on this. What about you? Pick a song.
Here Comes the Parade. I just freaking love that tune. I love what Sean did with it. It just makes me dance. Chicory Mama and Steam Rising. I love the Aurora. And then, honestly, My Oh of the brass band stuff.
Really?
I just bop to that tune, man. It's just got a bump, 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 bump,
yeah,
bump. And it just goes, and it's just like perfect. The second I hear it, you got to start moving, you know?
So I'm going to go back just a second. You talked about what makes up arrangements, and I kind of talked about listening and then really didn't give you an answer to your question. One of the interesting things about the brass band writing is that we do a lot of jazz. And when you're writing jazz, you can write the specific stuff. And then there's an awful lot of times when you're writing diagonal slashes where you're saying, just make some stuff up, just ad lib. Now, the problem with the brass band writing is that if you write ad libs on everybody's part, nobody really knows what they're doing. So quite a bit of it has to sound ad libbed, but it's written.
Right.
So you're writing stuff to sound free. And so knowing how much to write and when to be really specific, and it's all annotated, all noted down exactly, and how much to say, okay, free section here. And there are parts where you get to an end and just say, go wild.
Right. There's the solo sections, if you will.
But it tends to be that you start really formally written, everything written, and that there's this movement from exact to free, and you get to a section and say that, and then you'll come back to tight. Especially
in New Orleans, this style of music, because the wailing section at the end is like a huge part of it, right? I mean,
yeah, because this is a lot of this is marching music. A lot of this is performed outdoors. This isn't sit down and listen to it music.
Right. Yeah, especially this piece.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's the whole the whole feel is that you have to get to a point where this is party time. You know, that's the point.
Absolutely.
And so the more you write, there's a sort of diminishing returns, is what you said before. The more you write, the less free it is, but you can't be completely free all the time. So you're just doing that.
Line, yeah.
And I was checking stuff. I was sending stuff and saying, enough, too much. And thank you to Mark Mullins, who's with the group Bonorama, and check them out if you have a rock group of trombone players. And I'm going to say nothing except they are insane. It's fantastic. Grammy winning, am I right in saying that?
I do not know, but sure, they should be if they're not.
I think they are. But yeah, he was able to check stuff, and I sent stuff and said, how are we doing with this? Am I going to get laughed at, or am I in the right place?
He was checking stuff. Yeah.
He made a couple of really useful things, but he also said, you're killing it. This is right. You're in the right place. Yeah. I felt because otherwise I would have been terrified going in there with that stuff, just not look like an idiot.
Yeah.
You get that imposter syndrome feeling, and I didn't have it. I felt pretty good.
I mean, second time. So now we've been to New Orleans 2 times. We've met a bunch of people. We've got new studios. Fantastic experience. I can't, go to New Orleans. If you can, record some music in New Orleans.
Well, thank you to Eric Bolivar, because you are putting a huge amount of trust when you say, find me guys that can do this.
Mm-hmm.
And then you turn up. And honestly, you can Google all you like, but you're putting music. It's always a thing going to a place where there are players that would kill this sound but wouldn't necessarily read the music.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's people that would read music but wouldn't necessarily be of the sound. Finding that sweet spot, that's not easy.
No.
And
Yeah. So we also met Jay Weigel on this trip because he recorded some strings. He's
for an entirely different project, we recorded strings.
Right.
Why did
crazy. So yeah, moving forward, Jay has helped us out a lot. So we'll talk about him in another podcast as well.
I think he may even be a guest.
He may. Really?
Guest time. We're going to be doing some guest podcasts.
Okay.
But yeah, we did record, as you say, a lot of new people.
Mm-hmm.
And with that always comes a slight, is this going to be okay?
Mm.
And yeah, Don Vapp.
Don. Yes. I just thought of that. Same time.
I remember we went to the Jazz Museum in New Orleans, and you always feel you're in the right place when you go into the museum and then you see the guy you're just about to work with pictured on the wall saying, here's a great from New Orleans, and you go, okay, we're doing the right thing.
Tell me about it.
This is great. You're right.
We really love this project. We hope you guys, go check it out if you're interested.
Yeah, I'll rename the albums. So there are 3 albums, and you can all find these on streaming. I think there is Steam Rising.
Good.
Yeah. There is Live in New Orleans.
Good.
And there is Spirit of New Orleans, Volume 2.
Oh my God.
So all available.
I've got to write a Volume 3.
If only there was another podcast to tell about New Orleans, that's right.
Seeds are, planted.
All right.
All right. Thank you so much for watching and listening, everyone.
Next time.
Bye.
Yeah, man.
Spanish kids, y'all.
Come on, put it there.
Born down by the Mississippi water.
Yeah, baby, you know it's right.
All right. Baptized by the music in the quarter.
That's what it is.
Born down by the Mississippi water.
Crawfish ain't too fake.
Baptized by the music in the quarter.
And beans and rice.
Oh, you gotta love it. Yeah.